but Exelman is on top for me.
Exelman won it well. Smoke and Piero second. Skelm third.
So Holbein tipped on top.
Is going to win it easily. Holbein bolted in. Legionnaire second.
So Streetcar Stranger on top.
4 for Car. Streetcar Stranger beats Sam's Image.
A bit edge, and I'm really excited to see this horse.
Remains undefeated and a fantastic 5 for Car. Ayrton's down 1 by a length.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another racing preview. We're back at Flemington headquarters for a fantastic meeting and I'm really looking forward to it. There's a few favourites tipped, there's a few roughies in there, but let's get straight on with the tips and keep tipping winners. Race 1 is a 2-year-old set weights plus penalties over the 1,000 metres. And this is a recent jump out of the current favourite, Lafargue at Werribee, and I liked this jump out a lot. It was meant to run last week at Caulfield, got scratched, I assume that's to the track. But through the line here it was very, very strong. Draws the right part of the track, gate 10 down the straight. You don't really know with the 2-year-olds, but I've got Lafargue on top just because it's trained at Flemington as well. I think that it helps. Raceday, I was keen on, but gate 3 is in the right part of the track and it's not trained at Flemington, but it can still win. Very good chance. Deluxe Legends had the race experience and Vin Largo as a bit of a roughie. Race 2 is a 3-year-old fillies, benchmark 78 over the 1,600 metres. And this is the last start effort of Sure Can. This was a benchmark 58 over the 1,500 at Geelong. Now this horse had to carry 61.5 on this occasion, drops down to 55.5 kilos. It draws gate 11 and I'm kind of hoping they go forward on the weekend. This was a pretty good run, it just couldn't get past the winner with the big weight. Harry Coffey is more of a country rider, but I'm going to back him in. And I think this horse can get the job done in a race where it doesn't look to be much quality. Sweet Carolina in there for second is a good chance, just draws a bit wide. It's a last start winner. If it's really, really wet and the Bureau get it wrong again, I want Cakewalk Baby, 3 units each way on it just in case. And Star of Eden's been racing in better class races at Morfettville. Sure Can to win. Race 3 is an open handicap over the 1,000 metres. And this is a recent replay of Sartorial Splendor. I did it for Love and Rock Profit. I think these 3 are very good chances on the weekend. Sartorial Splendor wins the race. I did it for Love was very well backed on this occasion. I thought it actually ran quite well. If it was a good track, I'd be more confident in Sartorial Splendor, but it doesn't really go on wet tracks, and it's going to be wet on the weekend, so that stops me from being really confident, but I've still got it on top, and I did it for Love and Rock Profit in my top 4, as you can see there. Sartorial Splendor, I just think it's a good horse, gets in with 55 again, loves the track and trip. I did it for Love, was good in that race, just draws gate 1, which is the wrong part of the track. Pinion's a real wet tracker, so I want to have it in there, and Rock Profit at $26. Sartorial Splendor to get it done. Race 4 is an open handicap over the 2,000 metres. And we're going over to New Zealand to find Hypnos's last start effort at Riccarton Park. This was in a Group 3 race. It actually did really well here. It was on a wet track, it handles wet tracks, so it's ticked that box. Draws gate 3 on the weekend and gets in with 55.5 kilos. That's pretty good. On this occasion, it gapped the rest of the field, so this is obviously a very high rating race. I think the winner's an above average horse. And why would they bring it over to Victoria for nothing? I reckon it's a good chance, Hypnos, 440. Don't Doubt Dory's just a touch short for mine, but it handles the wet tracks and it only gets in with the 51 kilos, so it has to be up there. Brimham Rocks probably prefers a good track, but is still the class horse in the field, and another $1 will go forward and give itself every chance. But I think Hypnos can get it done. Race 5 is a fillies and mares, benchmark 84 over the 1,200 metres. And this is the last start effort of Cordilla on the Sandown hillside track. This was a very weird sort of run behind Altar Ranger. It looked like it was going to loom and get past it here, but it just stayed in its position and couldn't get past it. But I'm forgiving this run. It draws gate 7, down the straight, it's where you want to be. Its best will probably win, and I like Will Price, he's in good form. So I think Cordilla can get the job done. I think Plaquette can get it done as well. That's why I've got them both in my strategy. I had Plaquette on top all the way up to the video, but changed. Excelita doesn't fire first up, but is in there, and Just Highfalutin at a big price. 15 units the win on Cordilla, 10 units the win on Plaquette. Can hopefully get a pretty nice return in Flemington at race 5. Race 6 is the listed Andrew Ramsden over the 2,800 metres. And we're taking a look at the Sydney Cup as a form reference. This is a Group 1 race over the 3,200 metres, this race. They both run really well, Miami Bound and Realm of Flowers, and they both love wet tracks, which is what they're going to get on the weekend. I have found it trouble splitting these two at Flemington on Saturday. I've gone with Realm of Flowers just because it draws a better gate, and I like Mark Zara going on. He always seems to do it over this distance, especially at Flemington. And Realm of Flowers through the line when it got clear was very strong. Not saying Miami Bound can't win, but it's a really good chance. I like them both. 14 units to win on Realm of Flowers, 10 units to win Miami Bound. Persan can bounce back off its disappointing run last start with a good gate, and Grand Promenade was dominant last start. So it can win. But Realm of Flowers and Miami Bound are the two that I think will win the race. Race 7 is a 3-year-old handicap over the 1,400 metres. And this is the last start effort of Field of Roses, Celestial Soul and Rathlin. I like Rathlin on the weekend. It just got done in a photo on this occasion. Celestial Soul ran pretty well up on speed and loves the wet track. Rathlin doesn't love the wet track so much, but this run was very good. It gets through the gap here very smartly and looks to have won, but Real Sensation just pipped it out on the line. I think Rathlin would be favourite for this race if it had got the bob in and won. But I like Rathlin on the weekend as well. 10 units to win on both Rathlin and Ranting. Well, I think it's the class runner in the race and can get the job done on a wet track. Celestial Soul comes out of that same race of Rathlin and ran pretty well. Altai Range is the favourite and beat Cordilla last start. Rathlin and Ranting for me. Race 8 is an open handicap over the 1,400 metres. And the lead-up race is the Wongoom handicap at Warrnambool. This was a listed 1,200 metre race. Innkeeper ends up winning this race, but Reykjavik's the one I've got on top on the weekend. I love this run. Through the line, it was very, very good. And the step up to 1,400 metres is only going to enhance its chances. Flemington, it's won 3 at Flemington. Draws gate 4, gets the claim for Lockie Neindorf with 57 and absolutely loves the wet track. And at $12 for a really class runner like Reykjavik, I think it's worth a play. 10 units to win on it. Reykjavik, Flemington race 8. Galaxy Raider always runs well at Flemington without winning, so it has to be in there. Viral's the favourite, draws well. Will Price, 52 kilos, can get it done. And New Long January goes to the front and will give itself every chance. But Reykjavik is my value on the day at $12. Race 9 is a benchmark 78 over the 1,600 metres. And this is the last start effort of Ocean Miss at Flemington. This was a Fillies and Mares 84, so it drops in grade. This race was won by Good and Proper, who I think is a pretty good horse. Ruby Sky has already come out of this race and won. Good form lines. It loomed up as if it was going to win, but I thought it stuck on well at that sort of grade. Draws gate 5 on the weekend, 1,600 metres. It'll get hopefully clear luck in running, and if it does, I think it'll be awfully hard to beat against some of these who I think are a risk on the weekend. 15 units to win on Ocean Miss. San Fabrizio is a promising horse. 53.5 kilos is good. Gate 7 is good. Pearl Bandit comes over from Adelaide, so it can't be dismissed. And Dirty Deeds draws gate 1, so it has to be considered. But Ocean Miss can hopefully blast us out at Flemington on Saturday.